Hello everybody, hope you're having a really good start to your day, whatever time it is in your time zone. Let's get started, shall we? We have a lot to cover today. Hello everybody, welcome in. Of course, my name is Marco. If you haven't joined me before, I just played through all of Silent Hill 2 Remake, had a really profoundly good time exploring this wonderfully tragic and interesting game. And so today the game plan is a bit complex, but this is sort of the process that I'm thinking of going through. Today the goal is to check out all the endings from Silent Hill 2, and then I'd like to look at a comparison and contrast video. I'd like to then take a look at the actual walkthrough of Silent Hill 2 OG. And then I'd like to, time allotting, listen to as much of the original soundtrack as possible so that I can start preparing my actual thoughts for a video and stuff. So in any case, let's check out the endings here. These are over from Dan Allen Gaming. Really interesting stuff. So we're going to start with the ending in water, which must be James's suicide. Let's take a look. We're obviously going to skip the true ending since that's what I got yesterday. And I hope you brought your apple.
I miss you so much.
I have a video for you, Echo.
I tried. I really did, but I can't. Just can't go on without you.
So this is when she's in the back of the car, and after everything that happened,
for what I've done.
he's gonna throw himself into the river, right?
I know this isn't what you would want. But I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
Damn.
You're not here. Are you?
Hey, DVD. Again, more of that drone in the background, sort of feeling like a loss of control. I'm still frustrated by the fact that he killed her. I gotta be honest. I have not let go of that.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill.
Oh wow, so
You
that's where
promised
Maria...
you'd take me there again someday,
That's where the letter comes
but you
into
never
play.
did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you to come and see me. But you never do. So, I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know, I've done a terrible thing to you.
I can't believe that she writes
I wish
that.
I could change that, but I can't.
Nothing she did was terrible.
I
Everything
feel
she
so
did was...
pathetic and ugly laying here.
I understand why she feels that way.
Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it is.
Definitely unfair to both of them.
The doctor came today. Told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this could be my last chance. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I missed you so much. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Every time you come to see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me. Maybe I just disgust you. I'm so sorry. When I first learned I was gonna die, I couldn't accept it.
I do find that the music
I was so angry. I struck
is
out at
really
everyone I
uncomfortable.
loved,
Regardless,
especially you.
it's not about sadness.
That's why I understand if you hate me.
It's almost like this air
But
of
I want you to know,
I don't know.
I will always love you.
The music makes the letter reading very
Even though our
fucked up.
life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. Which means that as you're reading this, I'm already dead. But that's okay. I'm not afraid of it anymore. I just hope the pain will end soon. So that you remember me for who I was. And not what the disease made me. I want you to go on. I want you to live. For yourself. And for others. Like you did for me. James. You made me happy.
So this is Maria.
Mary?
James. I've been waiting. It's been so long. Didn't you want to see me?
Yes. More than anything. You're all I ever wanted.
That's not true. Is it?
Mary?
You killed me, James.
Yes. I did. I couldn't bear to see you suffer.
Don't make excuses. I know how you saw me, how you felt. You really hated me. Didn't you?
It's true, I may have had some of those feelings. It was a long 3 years. I was so tired.
I guess I understand. I know I was a burden. You wanted a long, happy life. Something I couldn't give. Can she?
Mary, please, if I could...
No, James. Those were the last precious moments I had. How could I ever forgive you?
When I said Maria, it's called Maria. The ending's called Maria.
What is this?
Is what you've been looking for.
I think I feel like James, is an ordinary guy pushed to the limit, but I
Let's
think
go.
his choice is unbelievably selfish and really fucking shitty and wrong. And incredibly inappropriate.
Better do something about that cough.
Right, that's a really interesting thought, that like she coughs as they get into the car. Which basically is the way the town basically says you're gonna get your shit fucked up again. I find that pretty interesting. All right, how about Bliss? This is a new ending.
Are you taping again? Come on.
So this skips past all the fight and everything with the final boss. This goes just to when he views the tape.
I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Promise you'll take me again, James.
I promise.
Come on, we need to finish packing.
This is still 3 days before, right?
James, honey, did something happen?
Oh, no, it's fine.
This is 3 years
Everything's fine.
He stays in the faux world. That low key is the best ending, isn't it? That to me seems like a nice ending. I mean, that's not exactly ideal for his life, but this is still
I tried.
nice.
I really did, but I can't go on without you.
That would be like complete ambivalence.
I can't
and he gets
forgive
to
myself
just
for what I've done.
be at peace as if it never happened. It's called stillness.
I know.
Oh shit.
What's wrong, honey?
See ya, Jane.
I miss you so much. I am sorry. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
Will you wait for me?
James. I've always been waiting for you.
Huh. I kind of liked that one because it was essentially her absolving him of any of his transgressions. You guys think it's a loop? Because I feel like that's a pretty good ending to me. To me, that's like she's absolved him of his sins. All right, this is a rebirth.
James. What's wrong? Aren't you happy to see me?
I'm sorry. I know what you are, Maria.
What does it even matter? I am here for you.
You're not her.
She's gone, and she's not coming back.
You're wrong. There's a way I can still bring her back.
What? No, that's not true.
But before I do, I need to kill that part of me that still clings to you.
Who the hell do you think you are? You don't get a say in this. Not anymore. Like it or not, I am here now. And I won't let it end like this. James.
Chainsaw? Oh, there was a cut that made it sound like I see. When did he get a chainsaw? Did you get that at New Game Plus?
Mary.
When do you get that?
You look so peaceful. Forgive me for waking you.
Oh, wow.
But without you, I just
Damn, that'd be worth
can't
playing
go
through
on.
just to get that. Right at the beginning? Oh my god.
This town,
That would be fun as hell.
Silent Hill. The old gods haven't left this place. And they still grant power to those who venerate them.
Yeah, this is clearly about the like cultist idea, because isn't that the historical society?
Power to defy even death. Mary.
Okay, dog and UFO? The fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god, is this like Truman Show shit or something?
Fuck shit. Nie. To nie może być prawda.
What the fuck? I've never seen this thing. What the fuck? And this one's UFO. Where do you get that item? I feel like I got every single item in the game. Oh, New Game Plus. Oh my god, parallel universe shit. That's insane.
What do you
then
want, James?
This was the ending I got, obviously.
Barry.
I like this ending a lot because he actually gets
Hey,
like
handsome.
a face-to-face sort of like touching base with her, despite the fact that he did what he did. It's almost like they have like an actual moment of communication together. Yeah, I really like that ending.
Now, in our special place.
Yeah, I really like this ending. Feels like he adopts Laura as his own daughter because she sort of, has nothing. And it's almost like the town sort of lets them be, Oh, interesting. I like that one a lot. All right, let's I'm going to skim through this because it's 4 hours long, of course, but just stop and start at key moments. So this won't be like a full watch through. This is SNH's Survival Horror Network's Silent Hill 2 walkthrough, long play gameplay, let's play, no commentary. I just would really like to see similarities and differences.
But you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
Taping again? Come on.
I find it interesting that the theme of Laura is the thing that sort of starts this off. Like, it makes you think that if that's the main sort of theme that ushers the sort of this montage, it almost feels like Laura is actually like one of the key, like, it's almost like Laura's innocence is the thing that pushes this through. You know what I mean? Like Laura's innocence is the beacon for this otherwise broken and terrible cast of characters, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's interesting.
I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James.
I don't look like a ghost, do I?
Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life.
Lost?
Just like that stupid dog. Yeah, they're coming too.
Eddie, you can't just kill someone.
Why are they spoiling the entire game in the opening 5
I
minutes?
don't know. Maybe I did.
What's a little girl like you doing here anyway?
Huh? Are you blind or something?
Oh, it's you.
Oh, the voices aren't in here
Put
until
a gun to their head.
I am. You want me to be.
So, what about Laura? Did you find her?
Yeah, but She ran away.
We've got to find her.
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James.
I have to say,
See,
I sort of understand when they originally like did the whole like changes and they showcased like what people looked like. I could see why people were mad about Maria's outfit because from the outside looking in, I thought it was ridiculous that people cared about what she was wearing. But when you really think about it, I actually think that it's sort of I feel like that might be the one blunder based on just this initial like sort of looking at this, because it's like if Maria is like if Maria is Silent Hill's rendition of James's sort of desire for Mary to be healthy and to be like sexually awake and to be obviously healthy, but I already said that, but just like physically able to whatever, have sex or connect to him and like have him lust after her, what have you. Like I could sort of see why that would be frustrating for people that feel that that's important. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's a big deal, but I could see why that would be agitating, because I do think it makes a big difference actually. She's very like almost dressed kind of properly in the remake, whereas in the original you can tell that she's like a sexual being, which is like the key point of Maria when it comes to the juxtaposition between the sickness of Mary and the sexuality and the sensuality of Maria.
see?
Because everything she does is like sort of to seduce him. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh shit. Yeah. And I've already watched some of this, by the way. I started watching this on my own and then I was like, hold on, I should probably watch this on a live stream, but that's crazy how we have the tilt, which I think really is interesting because it sort of showcases also I think like what an interesting visual to have this like decrepit bathroom, this rusted bathroom, and the first thing we see is James looking at himself in the mirror, sort of coming to terms with oh no, we don't. I'm sorry. Hold on one sec. Yeah, we do. I'm sorry. Just look how how broken he, in the shadowed eyes and just like a sort of an empty shell. And I find it interesting that the first thing we see and also what we have here is just these like really interesting block chords. Not only that, but then this tilt is really interesting because it's a just disgusting urinal and so over. Hey, Bamunudo. And then the slow tilt.
Mary, could you really be in this town?
Tank controls. Another really interesting thing musically there is bo 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 bo. So we end up having a lot of intervals throughout this whole thing, which is pretty interesting. And I wonder if that's because, and it almost feels like there's no like, well, this is just conjecture, but they don't feel like full chords. So I think the space, I'm just pulling it out of my ass here, but I think it's kind of interesting. But the space in this chord structure where there's no third if that's the case, and maybe there is, but that space kind of leaves, almost in and of itself is a sense of fog, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Either way, the music feels like it's the sense of, there's a sense of fog, you know?
In my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous.
This is the HD version. This version sucks. Why? So, okay, well, let me try to find a different version then. Sorry. Oh, gee.
I see that town.
This one? Okay.
Silent Hill.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You promised you'd take me there again someday.
Just a reminder, I'm going to skip
But you
through some
never
stuff. I'm
did.
not going to watch the full 5 hours.
Well,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself.
Can you see Mary in the back of the car? When you
A
No,
dead
you can't
person
because it's
can't
all...
write a letter.
I actually don't know that I like that detail.
Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
And see, so interestingly enough, this whole like this drone again, what we have is a very dynamic sound quality. What ends up happening here is that it is very overwhelming and very oppressive, right? And that's like a key point to make, is that drone, now I wouldn't call that music, but it's certainly sound design. And what it does is it leaves basically no room to breathe. So it's interesting how psychologically I think that if we were to strip away that sound quality, this would have a very different feeling, right? But the minute that we add that drone, the drone is actually like palpably important to the overall story and direction that we go in here. And this is just a repeated pattern, right? It's such a neat touch too to add that little like movement. I remember this. Oh, first of all, let me just The noises were in the remake as well. It's interesting how bow, and then at the very like near the tail end of that bow, which I think is just the second da da. What he does is he adds a press. So listen to this. Listen to the drone here. Right there. It's almost so low that it vibrates in a way that causes like a pressing sound. And then it changes. It goes ba da da ba da ba da da boo. It's so interesting that we never actually discover what that noise is. Isn't that interesting? Oh, that's a shit ton of fog. Oh yeah, he would get tired from sprinting. Looking at this makes me feel like someone is groping around my skull. And then as we approach the graveyard, wow, it's interesting for the music to pull back. Yeah, she looks like she's 30. She looks
Excuse
as old
me,
as James, although James is supposed to be 28.
I'm sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Voice acting is not bad, but it is interesting how these are just like
Lost?
randos acting.
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you'd better stay away.
Conrad?
This town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay, I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
But why?
Yo.
I'm looking for... someone.
Who is it?
Someone... very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
It's weird how you like has a hard time
Me
even like
too.
saying it.
I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her.
I actually think it's interesting that she's aged up here, because when she says I'm looking for my mama, it's almost like all her past trauma is sort of like bubbling below the surface that she's never been able to like navigate. So it's interesting how this feels more actually it feels more distressing because of how old she looks. You know what I mean?
I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either.
Also strange that the implication is that the father and brother are in the cemetery, in the graveyard, but then it also seems like she's also looking for them too.
I'm sorry.
Hello, everyone.
It's not your problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Let me switch over to this. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, so then this here is the tunnel. Thank you. This is the tunnel that was blocked off, and you heard the noise. I've already seen this, so I know that this is when he first sees the... I do find it kind of odd that he like gets the radio and then all of a sudden he's like, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This thing broken? What the? I'd better take it anyway. I might need it.
Okay, so this is when Laura... Alright, hold on. So we're there now, so I just want to see... Sorry, I'm actually also wanting to look at some of the gameplay footage. So let me just... That's Donna Burke? Oh, I didn't realize that. That's interesting. I had no idea. Okay, so this is the first time you see the... Sup, Just. That's interesting. So it feels a lot more stretched out. The stamina system is interesting. Just 3 hits? Hold on. Got a double tap. Oh, interesting. So this is some random memo? I sort of find this format more oppressive because the fog is literally around you at every corner, and because you really can't see what's in front of you, probably because of like graphical, issues. It's interesting. This is what the apartment looks like. Okay, and this is where we left off, so I'll go back here. Oh yeah, the flashlight room. Hold on. I want to see that too. This is so iconic, isn't it? It's so fucked up. That's it? Man, I got fucking... That's rude. They just... No, these are just the bosses. No. Man, she's such an asshole for that, though.
Hey,
I still don't know why she would think to do that. Like, what a jerk. I also think musically, that's a very interesting corner, because what we essentially get is just like heavy breathing. And if you think about it, I mean, like heavy breathing being incorporated in a musical landscape, sound design landscape, musical landscape, is really just such a interesting choice, because they could have gone with nothing. They could have gone with no sound, which would have been scary because you wouldn't know what was going to come next. But adding that's really effective, because A, it showcases, I think, a loss of humanity, which is really interesting, because of that, the way that breath sounds so like unwelcoming. Then on the flip side, you also just get this, it almost, after a while, it starts to really seep into your skin and becomes sort of pervasive, you know? Who could have? And then here too, we get that same boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? That's also really effective too, I think. Boom, boom. And that feels almost like the. I do like that idea that the apartment is breathing, or that that could be the heartbeat of James if you want. Yeah, I know, that looked just like James. It almost looked like he was watching the tape. Oh, so by the way, I was looking at, I know that it said that this is supposed to be alluding to rape, but this was actually, this was disproven by the creator of this particular little corner. I read it on his Twitter yesterday. Hi, Prasanna, sorry. This was actually, he debunked this idea. He's just mutilating them. However, really quickly, I'd like to go over to this particular video, and I'd like to just look at the differences. this is his boss fight. Sorry, guys. I'm just like flipping around. I find this very interesting. So it is odd here, and it does feel ambiguous based on the way that their positions are, because it looks like they're like scissoring, and then obviously it looks like he's doing something, but to that extent it does feel like, well, I'm reaching, but if these symbolize the fact that Mary can no longer walk, then if this is his guilt and shame, it would make sense that it would be beating the shit out of the legs because it's frustrated. You know what I mean? Like Pyramid Head's agitation with dragging, you know, now these legs are unable to walk. Yeah, it was debunked. He said it yesterday. Yo, thanks, Sid. Appreciate that. No, he's not being safe. He specifically said that was never the intention. I mean, he could be safe, but I'm not going to speculate on that. If he says it wasn't the intention, I'm going to take him at his word. In a way, that feels like a dance almost. It feels like a dance between the guilt and the inability to walk anymore. The dance of like sickness. The scene was very good in the remake. I also like how musically here, sound effect wise, it almost feels like we are inside the head of the Pyramid Head, the way that we hear that sort of rusty you know, it's almost like it's the movement of that. This is obvious stuff that I'm sure all of you have probably studied on your own time. I know that a lot of you are super fans of Silent Hill 2, but just for the sake of my own sort of exploration on it, I figured I'm just going to say everything I think or feel. Have you seen this deleted scene? What's that? You can put it in the Discord, Sophia, if you want. I also find it interesting that the guilt of the Pyramid Head actually almost sounds like an amalgamation of like predators, like a tiger or a lion or something. You know, like there's an inherent feeling in that sound of rage almost, and it does feel like Silent Hill, that there's like a rage involved, you know. I'm gonna trust you, Sophia, but if this is porn, I'm gonna be upset. That doesn't work. That link doesn't work. It's interesting too how the sound is less oppressive here, but maybe because Pyramid Head is already present in the experience, and so it's less. The sound is less effective in that moment. It's interesting. Whoa, he looks like he's also 30.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Do what?
I didn't do anything. I swear. He was like this when I got here.
My name's James. James Sunderland.
Eddie.
Eddie. Who's that dead guy in the kitchen?
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't kill anybody.
So that's interesting. So now that I know that he shot the dog and then shot the guy, but it's not clear whether or not he actually he shot the guy in the kneecap, right? Or did he kill the parent?
You're not friends with that red pyramid thing, are you?
Red pyramid thing? I don't know what you're talking about. Honest. I did see some weird-looking monsters. They scared the hell out of me.
Right, he saw some scary-looking monsters, but his version of it.
So I ran in here.
Well, I guess this place isn't too safe either. What happened here anyway?
Does it reference that in the room?
I told you, I don't know. I'm not even from this town. I just...
You too, huh? Something just brought you here, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
There you go, Sophia.
Well,
you can join the
whatever
Arc
it
Knights
is,
channel.
I think you better get out of here soon.
Yeah, you're right. What about you?
I'll leave as soon as I'm done here. Eddie, be careful.
Sorry.
James, you be careful too.
Sorry, I had to answer an email. Guys, can you give me 2 seconds? My Olipop came in, and I just want to go grab it really fast. Sorry, two seconds. Stay here. Okay, thanks. Sorry about that. I wanted snacks. I wish these guys would sponsor me because I drink so much of this shit. Only on the weekends now. Okay. I'll mute while I crunch. Here too, interesting sound design. Boo, 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 boo. There's actually quite a bit of like half steps. It's really interesting to play with half steps in this game and how it does it in like a super oppressive way.
Eddie, are you okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, I'm James.
Angela.
Angela, okay. I don't know what you're planning, but there's always another way.
Really? But you're the same as me. It's easier just to run.
So this feels like the percolation here, the spinning, it feels like thinking, you know? It feels like trying to process, trying to come to a conclusion, especially because of the repetitive pattern. You know what I mean?
Besides, is what we deserve.
No, I'm not like you.
Are you afraid? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Did you find your mother?
Not yet. She's not anywhere.
Did she live in this apartment building?
I don't know.
So, all you know is she lived in this town.
What did you say? How do you know that?
Well, I just figured, 'cause this is where you're looking for her. How else would I know?
Yeah.
Am I right?
I'm so tired.
So, why did you come to this town anyway?
I'm sorry. Did you find the person you're looking for?
Not yet. Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, she's dead. I don't know why I think she's here.
She's dead?
Don't worry.
This is so interesting to me because it feels like they're having like two different conversations. They're like completely talking over each other if you think about it. Like, she's like, sorry. What? You're looking for my mother? She's from here? Have you seen my wife? She's dead? What? There's just like such like and in the spinning circle of the music, that's like they're not anywhere together in sync at all. It's really interesting.
I'm not crazy. At least I don't think so.
I've got to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town's dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
I'll be okay by myself. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
What about that?
Will you hold it for me?
Sure. No problem.
And this is interesting too because she says, "Will you hold it for me?" And it's like when she gives you the knife, obviously that's the murder weapon that she used to kill her brother and her father. It's interesting that they have that exchange.
If I kept it, I'm not sure what I might do.
So maybe even the spinning of the music there could be a sense of loss of control, because she specifically says, I don't know what I would do. And so that spinning is like, oh, I'm going crazy. I can't rationalize my choices. You know, I made, I don't understand. You know what I mean? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been bad. Please don't.
I've been bad. I don't find this... It's interesting because if we think about where that is in the piano... Hold on. So that's in the upper... It's interesting. It's in the upper part of the key. So that's... If this is middle C... This is middle C, right? And this is in the upper part, almost to C5. So it's in the middle upper register. So... What's interesting is that that's in a pretty, like, I would say almost a feminine range. It's not too high. It's in like kind of a mezzo-y range, and I sort of think that does represent the real sense of like confusion and loss of that spinning. Pretty cool. Hope you enjoy my piano playing. The song is called Promise. Huh. Oh, fucking shit. One of my patrons made an interesting... Or, no, sorry, not one of my patrons. One of my folks in my Discord brought up the point of censorship, which I think is an interesting point to bring up. Although I don't think I'm the best suited for this because of a music reaction. I'm a music channel, so... But it's interesting because if you look at the comparison... The sexual undertone sort of gets lost a little bit here. Not that I have a problem with this one, but it's interesting. Because, like, what the fuck is going on here? And I think it's just more body mutilation, you know what I mean? It's really interesting. Oh, this is when you fight him on the stairwell. Good point. Good point about the fact that they specifically said that it wasn't sexual assault. Then of course it would be changed. It's really interesting. I actually find that the original is much more uncomfortable.
You doing?
Yeah, I saw that it's a half blade. I noticed that yesterday.
It was you, wasn't it? You're the one who stepped on my hand.
I don't know. Maybe I did.
What's a little girl like you doing here anyway?
Huh? Are you blind or something?
What's that letter?
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
Wait! How do you know Mary's name?
What the fuck? Who the fuck?
Mary?
Yeah, sorry to say, but this is so evocative. Hold on, I want to go back to this playthrough really quick. And no, not this one. We hate that one. This one. Yeah, it is definitely more claustrophobic.
Mary? No, you're not.
Do I look like your girlfriend?
No, my late wife. I can't believe it. You could be her twin. Your face.
Oh, they moved the butterfly from her stomach to her neck or collarbone.
Voice, just your hair and clothes are different.
My name is Maria. I don't look like a ghost, do I? See? Feel how warm I am?
You're really not Mary.
I told you, I'm Maria.
Sorry. I was confused.
Where are you going?
I'm looking for Mary. Have you seen her?
Didn't you say she died?
Oh yeah, 3 years ago. But I got a letter from her. She says she.
You know what's interesting is that he actually sounds sort of deranged. You know? He sounds like he doesn't make any sense. But I got a letter from her. She said she was waiting in our special place. And she's like, "Oh, look at me. Do you want to touch me?" You know what I mean? Like there's like a very clear, like, especially knowing what we know, her voice and the way that she reads it is a lot more physical. There's a lot more sensuality that comes through that. More sympathetic. It feels a little bit bumbling, almost a little bit more like innocent, maybe more like, what the fuck, this guy, what could this guy possibly have done? You know what I mean?
In our special place.
And that's here? Anyway, I haven't seen her. Is this your only special place?
Yeah, there's I think it's a lot more on the nose. And also, interestingly enough, I didn't pick this up in the remake, but the music gives way to a lot of that sensuality that Maria has, which I didn't really get so much of. It felt like the remake I think she still was very like, it didn't feel as like outwardly sexual, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot more of that, like sort of like, there's a lot more nuanced, I think, which is not a problem, but I do feel like this one's more on the nose, maybe because of the time period when it was made and created and stuff. But this one feels much more, especially with the way that the music is playing, it makes it feel like it's much more sexual, you know? Butterflies symbolize the soul of a deceased person, a guardian angel, and a reminder of the fragility of life. Oh. Well, the flashback to Mary.
Well, there's the hotel, too, I guess. The one on the lake? I wonder if it's still there.
The Lakeview Hotel? Yeah, it's still there. So, the hotel was your special place, huh? I'll bet it was. Don't get so mad. I was just joking. Anyway, it's not that way. It's this way.
You're coming with me?
You were gonna just leave me?
No, but...
With all these monsters around?
No, I just...
I'm all alone here. Everyone else is gone. I look like Mary, don't I? You loved her, right?
That is such a bizarre thing to say, by the way. I look like Mary, don't I? You loved her, right? Like, what? That's not related.
Or maybe you hated her.
Don't be ridiculous.
So it's okay?
Yeah, fine.
Well, and also interestingly enough, if she's a manifestation of the town and like James's ideal of what he wants Mary to be, I think that really is a cool. I really do think the music is so interesting there, you know? Oh, the pizza.
So what'd you do? Robbery? Murder?
Nah, nothing like that.
Huh! You're just a gutless fatso.
What'd you have to say that for?
I thought you said the cops were after you.
No, I just ran because I was scared. I don't know what the cops are doing.
But
Where'd
if
you
you
get a
did something
pizza?
bad, why don't you just say you were sorry? Well, I guess I run away a lot too.
It's no good. They wouldn't listen. Nobody will ever forgive me.
That's the real mystery. So instead of a movie theater, they're in a bowling alley?
Eddie?
Oh, you're...
James. We met in the apartment building?
Yeah, I remember. But...
Are you alone here, Eddie?
No.
Bye-bye.
Wait! Come back!
I find it interesting, too, how Laura, pretty much throughout this entire experience, sort of weaves her way. I don't think she ever interacts with Angela, but it feels like she bounces around all of these broken characters. It's very, with you know, I know that we call her a pain in the, well, I called her a pain in the ass, but to an extent, it's almost like she's weaving through them with that child innocence, right? And I find that really interesting.
Eddie, let's go after her.
Huh? Laura? But why?
Though I wonder why she never interacts with Angela, because...
Is that her name?
That's what she said.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
She said she was fine by herself. She said a fatso like me would just slow her down.
Forget you.
Hold on, I missed the.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
She said she was fine by herself. She said a fatso like me would just slow her down.
Forget you. Who is that girl, anyhow?
I don't know. All I know is her name. I swear.
Did a little girl run out of here?
Yeah, she was too fast for me. Aren't you gonna go after her? She went through there.
Bullshit.
Is there any other way?
Yeah, there is. Right through there.
What? What is that scene? I thought she was going to make some sort of sexual innuendo. Right through me. That's what I thought. That's a funny scene, guys. Come on. He like, and she's like, right through there.
It's no good.
No, that's
it's locked.
Oh, because this is the strip club. This is Heaven's. What's Heaven's? Oh. I actually really enjoyed the cinema scene. Heaven's Divide. I'm just. All right, that took way too long.
Ow!
What's wrong?
I just pricked myself.
Are you
held his hand
okay?
for a very long time.
Yeah.
Hold up. Are we in the hospital already? Yes. Hold on one second. I want to go back really quick and
Through there.
this is interesting. Hey, thanks, Dario.
It's no good. It's locked.
Hold on one second. I think it's really cool how if you listen to the music here, hold on, let me just turn up the speed a little bit. Oh my god, this is hilariously long. I find it kind of cool that here we have this is the mixture of that theme we hear when he first starts talking to Mary and that sound quality that we hear as he's walking around Silent Hill. That's really cool. This is like a minimalist dream too, because if you think about it, from a compositional perspective, it's just a bunch of repetition, you know? I just want to see what... Oh, wait. I have a question for you. In the game... Oh. No. Every time that there's a reference of the him or the he or everything like that in the hospital, are they referring to James? That doesn't seem to make sense. Is it always James when they're referencing that? Because it seemed like everyone was afraid of this him person. It's just supposed to make you afraid, right? It didn't sound like James. That's why I bring it up. I just want to see the nurses. Save point. That's it? Man, I'm so fucking pissed. Oh, that's so agitating.
James. Wait a minute. I'm kind of tired. It's just a hangover.
You should rest.
That's an awful sound. Again,
So
because here's the
comfy.
thing, right? Like, what is that droning, piercing upper register stuff? That's like two notes plucking together really tightly, right? So, like, what does that mean? To me, it's like even the idolization or the fetishization or the desire or the lust for this version of Mary, what he wants Maria to be, is still broken. You know what I mean? Is still sick. I think it's kind of cool.
I'm gonna go look for her. For Laura. I'll be back as soon as I can.
What do you mean when you say shepherd tone?
I'll be okay soon. Did you find Laura? James, I want to ask you something. What if you can't find Mary? What will you do?
I haven't thought about that.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know about this about shepherd tone. Oh. A constant
I'll be
sound
okay.
which has the illusion of a forever rising or falling pitch. I mean, theoretically, yeah, that sounds like it, doesn't it? That's interesting. Why did I not know what a shepherd tone was? That's really interesting. It's an audio illusion. Yeah, I could see that. Moving the pitches up or down, adjusting the loudness of each note. It does feel like they play within each other, don't they? Yeah, wow, that's really cool.
Okay,
I
soon.
learned something new.
Did you find...
Oh, shit. Oh, bro is dead. Do you think Laura sees this? This is totally like a question of perspective, but James's experience with this hospital is that it looks decrepit and terrible. Does she also, you think, see it like this, or do you think she sees it as a clean place? She sees everything normal.
Laura?
Huh? You know my name?
Eddie told me.
That big fat blabbermouth.
I see.
How do you know about Mary?
What's the big deal?
Why can't you just tell me?
You gonna yell at me if I don't?
No, I won't.
Right.
I was friends with Mary. We met at the hospital. It was last year.
You liar! Laura,
Fine, don't believe me.
But last year, Mary was already... I'm sorry, Laura. Anyway, let's go. We can talk about this later. This is no place for a kid. There are all sorts of strange things around here. I can't believe you haven't even gotten a scratch on you.
Why should I? Wait! There's something I gotta get.
Later, okay?
But it's really important.
What is it?
A letter from Mary.
Huh?
I wanna go get it. Is that okay?
Yes, yes.
Come on, hurry up.
Is it in there?
Yeah, in the back.
What are you doing, Laura?
It's further back in the desk.
Laura!
God, she's such an asshole.
What are you doing?
Whoa!
Ha ha, I've tricked you.
Open the door, Laura.
Why should I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it?
Hold on, I want to see the comparison. Flesh lip. I liked this scene a lot in the remake. Obviously, the angle here is more interesting and more scary, but...
Behind an old pipe.
Okay, wait here.
What are you doing, Laura?
It's further back in the desk.
Laura?
Haha.
Open the door.
Should I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it?
I think the
Huh?
tension is
Do
really
ya?
great in the first one, and the second one, rather. Like, the fact that we don't see the flesh lip at all
Nope, that's not it.
in the remake is pretty interesting.
Get me out of here, you brat.
Want me to
In your
open it?
dreams, fart face.
Huh? Do ya?
Please open the door. There's something in here.
What's the magic
A
word?
big lying fart face. See a fart face.
Laura!
The tension building is really interesting in the remake.
You snotty little brat! Open up!
1, 2, 2.
Laura?
There's two of them in the original? Holy shit. Oh, 3 in the original. Ew. Wow, way more evocative in this one. In the OG with the red, with the blood red,
James!
Mary? Oh, Maria. It's you. I thought you were... Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life.
Oh, that's some heavy manipulation.
Less about me.
That's so interesting. What? He doesn't know you.
I just...
Then stay with me. Don't ever leave me alone. You're supposed to take care of me. So, what about Laura? Did you find her?
Yeah, but she ran away.
We've got to find her.
You really seem to care about her. Do you know her?
I've never met her before. I just feel sorry for her. She's all alone.
Do you think that this is like the town trying to get to Laura? And like, you know, she's like, we've got to get to Laura. More voyeuristic? I think so, probably because of the fly in the wall placement.
And for some reason, I feel like it's up to me to protect her.
Like, this feels kind of malicious, doesn't it? Oh, it's using Mary's memories. Man, I have such a different perspective on the story. I know what you mean. I'm sure you're right. After all, she's a manifestation of Mary, so of course that makes sense. But I do feel, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so it sounds malicious. Now I don't know if that's just a voiceover thing or not, but you know what I mean? Like, I see your points though. I see your points. We're just theory crafting. I'm sure you're right. just thoughts. Just thoughts. She has her own. Oh.
Hi there, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to another exciting edition of Trick or Treat. Here you either answer the questions correctly and win a great prize, or
I'm sure they already worked on Gordon from the Wish. There's no way they don't.
punishment. It all depends on you. And our lucky, or should I say unlucky challenger today is James. James Sunderland! Are you ready to play Trick or Treat?
Yeah. Totally. Maria could have a mother representation.
Haunted house, roller coaster, Ferris wheel, and teacups. Silent Hill is home to a thrilling amusement park that both children and adults love. The question is, what is the name of this amusement park? 1. Fantasyland. 2. Silent Hill Amusement Park. 3. Lakeside Amusement Park. Okay, quickly on to question number 2. Silent Hill witnessed a gruesome murder a few years back. A brother and sister were playing in the road when they were attacked and chopped into pieces with an axe.
Pieces? is.
Torn flesh, smashed bones, splattered blood, and finally... What a terrible tragedy. What a gruesome end to such innocent lives. What was the name of the murderer who committed this vile act? 1. Walter Sullivan. 2. Scott Fairbanks. 3. Eric Gage. Now for our third and final question. South of the lake is a deserted old neighborhood called South Vale. From there to Pale Vale, the central resort area northwest of the lake, there's only one road you can take. Just one road.
Are Silent Hill 3 and 4 good?
The third and final question is, what is the name of that road? 1. Bachman Road. 2. Rindell Street. 3. Nathan Avenue. Well, that's the last of our questions. Have you got it all figured out?
Oh, wow, really?
When you know the answers, head to the storeroom on the 3rd floor to collect your prizes. But be careful if you're wrong. Well then, everybody, thanks for tuning in. See you again sometime. Bye-bye.
I'm surprised they've never ported over 1.
What was that?
That was not in the remake. That's cool. Because Konami sucks, yeah. Oh god, the fridge, of course.
You can't open it?
Yeah, Maria, give me a hand here.
Come on. You're supposed to be the big man around here. How's a little girl like me supposed to help?
Just wanted to say it's awesome that you decided to give SH2 such sumptuous treatment. Oh, you're sweet. Playing the remake and now doing this special episode with further analysis with the original. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I keep thinking about it, honestly. The context of this game is really profound. And I like that, like, it's just kind of like music because it doesn't really feel like, I know that there are things that are like decidedly answers for this game, and yet I feel like there's a lot of flexibility within it where, like, you know, we were talking about the interpretation of a voice line and whether or not, you know, whatever is valid or true or untrue, like the fact that it can be so flexibly interpreted is really interesting to me, because just like music, there's no real hard answers in music either, which is really interesting because basically you can like listen to anything involving music and your interpretation is valid and correct. And I think like sometimes we get really set on like hard and fast rules, or like, well, this is what it means in the context of the game, therefore it's this. But like when we were talking about earlier about the promise and that spinning motion of the music, that can mean so many things. Some people felt that it was a suicide. Some people, like me, I felt like it was like trying to come to terms with something or navigating and not feeling like you're ever connecting to each other, probably because of the enharmonics there where we're going sharp in a key structure, or because we're going flat. So it's pretty cool that there's a lot of different interpretations when it comes to this game. And also, you also have to understand like the subject matter ultimately, despite the fact that it's psychological horror, it is based on grief. And grief and all that stuff is all personal, incredibly so. And in a way, Silent Hill 2 does this interesting thing where it allows you to meet the game where you're at, whether you're 14 years old playing it for the first time and you're in your house, you know, with the lights off and you're like, you have no idea what the hell is going on, or you're a 37-year-old and you lost your daddy 2 years ago and you're trying to figure out what that means, and like seeing the human interactivity and what it means to suffer and navigate through grief. I think it's a really interesting game. So that's why I'm spending more time with it than I would differently. Because there's a book. I love books that, like, if you pick them up 5 years later after reading it for the first time, the sensation is different. And you know, I really think that there's a book called The Road Less Traveled by M. Scott Peck. And I'm not saying it's like, I mean, I think it's an interesting book because he talks about like different things. He also talks about the morality of having sex with your patients. So I mean, I'm not going to say that's like something I support, but you know, there's also a lot of religion in it, and if you're not a religious person, it may land not in an appropriate way. However, there are some parts of that book that I find I still think about, or if I picked it up today and read it, since I haven't read it since I was like 22, my takeaways are going to be different. And I think that that's really important because, you know, we change constantly. Anyway, all that to say, like, it's this book is this game is really much more than a game. I'm really pleased actually with the last couple games I've been playing and how deep they've been. Both this Black Myth Wukong, what was the other one I played that I was like, wow, this is like not just another piece of media. I can't remember, but yeah, I'm really actually kind of like obsessed with this in a weird way.
What's this? Not very cute, is it? Here, James.
I like the
You
reaction in
take
the
it.
remake when they
Thanks.
smell it and it's disgusting. Hello there. Oh shit. Oh shit, this scene. Okay, I want to see this. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Speaking of censorship, I actually felt like the remake was much more intense graphically, and like graphically seeing this. But also I find this very interesting because it's also very it's an interesting way to showcase this death, or actually really the lack of death in this particular sequence, which is really interesting. Let me just see if this one has. No, this is all still Abstract Daddy. Yeah, I could see why they did it this way. And this also I feel like this moment really pushes James even further down into the hole, which is why I think we enter into the labyrinth here pretty soon. Hey guys, is that the same? Hold on. One sec. This is a neat little detail. Hold on one second. Alright, never mind. It's the same as Angela, I was about to say. I thought it was in a slightly lower pitch because... Wait, maybe it is. Wait, hold on. This is really intriguing. Oh, wait, no, it is. It is. Wow, that's cool. It's in a lower it's actually in a different key, which is really interesting. And it's interesting how it's only one whole step lower. So I think Angela's version is in G, and then this one is in F, so it's a whole step lower. And it's interesting how starting on the F actually makes it richer, even though it's literally just one whole step lower. And then it's not doing that spinning thing. It's not going it's just going. That's very very cut and dry sparse. Oh, what's that random jazz chord? Bring, 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 bring. And And that's out of the key. That's out of the key structure. There's dissonance there. That's very interesting to me. Is that interesting to you? Buddy. Apple, you're so funny. Your final, no, ultimate thoughts. I'm gonna make a whole video about this next week. I just have to. I don't usually write, but next week I'm gonna be writing.
Killing a person ain't no big deal.
Oh shit, he's way scarier in this
Just
version,
put
guys.
the gun to their head.
He's more delusional in this one.
You killed him?
But it wasn't my fault. He made me do it.
Calm down, Eddie. Tell me what happened.
That guy, he had it coming. I didn't do anything.
Do you know the song from? I think it's from Chicago. He had it coming. He had it coming. Every time I hear "he had it coming," that's the only thing I can think about is that damn musical.
Came after me.
Hey, Rise, how you doing?
Besides, he was making fun of me with his eyes, like that other one.
Just for that, you killed him?
What do you mean, just for that?
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because of the way they look at you.
Yeah, I'm eating my words a little bit.
Oh yeah? Why not? Till now.
Hold on, guys. Let me. Wait. How come? Did we skip Abstract Daddy? Because why is Eddie happening here? Oh, is it because Abstract Daddy must not be a cutscene? All right, hold on. Let me just. What the fuck? Oh, that's weird that it's in the wrong order. Okay, hold on. Let me.
He was right. Maybe I am nothing but
Maybe I am.
a fat, disgusting
Nothing
piece
but a
of
fat,
shit.
disgusting piece of
But
shit.
you know what?
But you know what?
It doesn't matter if you're
It
smart.
doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're
It's
dead.
all the same once you're dead.
And a corpse can't laugh.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. My bad.
Now I always let people walk all over me. Just like that stupid dog. He had it coming too.
Eddie?
I was
You're
just
right.
joking,
I got my
James.
wires crossed. If you guys don't stop
Dead when I
yelling
got
at me.
here. Honest. Anyway, I gotta run.
You're going out there alone?
If you don't stop yelling at me.
Eddie?
I'm very disappointed in chat. I mean, I think that there's a no one's yelling. I'm just being silly. There's a certain griminess and grunge factor and industrial quality in the original that I don't think can be replaced. I think the remake did a really exceptional job bringing it to life and enhancing it in some ways, but I do think that there's a certain lack of polish that is very bare, like stripped away, you know. It feels really uninviting and almost disgusting. So we're in the prison here now, right? So let me just want to take a look. Oh man, fuck that night scene so bad. Man, I hated that night sequence so much. Wow, at night, this is awful. Holy crap, this is terrible. It's also cool because you get the sound like it's all around you. Okay, here's the prison.
You're alive! Maria, I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt bad?
Not at all, silly.
Maria? That thing, it stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Stabbed me? What do you mean?
It chased us to the elevator, and then...
James, what are you talking about?
Just before. Don't you remember?
James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
It's interesting how she continues to
Maria?
reference the time in the hotel.
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
Ugh.
So, you're Maria?
I am. If you want me to be.
Oh my god, it's like, who the fuck
All
is-
I want from you is an answer.
Yeah, the bars are really cool.
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real.
Jesus. That's very disconcerting.
Don't you want to touch me?
I don't know.
Come and get me. I can't do anything through these bars.
Okay. Stay right there.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be there
the
soon.
sexuality is really, like, present. It's very interesting. Also, the pose, obviously, there's a lot of... It's true, he didn't say no. See this? You can't see shit. Oh, fuck. Okay, so this is Abstract Daddy. Hold on. Wow. Wow. That. Huh. So, without being weird, but it's interesting how the bed with the sheet over top, and then as Abstract Daddy moves, there is this like sort of sexual like thrusting thing. It's so interesting. And here the walls look like skin. It's interesting.
It's okay. Calm down.
Don't order me around!
I'm not. I just. It's
Angie,
okay.
relax.
It's
Don't
over.
order me around!
Don't even try.
I'm not trying to order you.
So
I think in some ways it's easier to sympathize with the like younger model of Angela.
what do you want then?
You don't know.
Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up
See
to.
what you're doing.
Right.
It's always the same. You're only
It's
after
the same
one
with you.
thing.
You're only after one thing.
That's not true at all.
So the distrust for her after fighting Abstract Daddy is really interesting as well. You're only after one thing. We all know what that is.
Angela,
You don't have to lie. Go ahead and say it.
Lie.
Or you could just force me.
Go ahead.
Beat me up like...
Say it.
You know he's dead. You wouldn't care about yourself anyway. You disgusting pig.
You always do that. Disgusting.
Angela.
Don't touch me!
I hate you.
I hate you. Sick.
Angela. I don't know who you think I am, but I don't want to hurt you.
Maybe.
All right, hold on.
More. You probably found someone else.
It's interesting. She kind of dismisses him because she's like, I don't
That's
have time to think
ridiculous.
about your shit right now.
I never.
Because she's going through her own stuff. Oh.
You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
Yes. She was ill.
Liar! I know about you. You didn't want her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
That's ridiculous. I never.
You probably wanted somebody else.
Maria? Maria?
What's androphobia?
Maria, no. What happened to you? Why? Why?
Oh, fear of men. So this is supposed to symbolize what he did to Mary, right? Just with more blood.
Mary.
Okay, and then this is the...
Maybe
He
right.
was right. Maybe I am nothing but
Maybe I
a
am.
fat, disgusting
Nothing
piece
but a
of
fat,
shit.
disgusting piece of
But
shit.
you know what?
But you know what?
It doesn't matter if you're
It
smart.
doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're
It's all
dead.
the same once you're dead.
And a corpse can't laugh.
From now on, if anyone makes
Hey,
fun of me,
what's that?
I'll kill him. Just
You want to talk down to me some more? Tell me to relax? You're just like the rest of them, James.
Eddie,
No, I don't want
Shut
you've gone nuts.
up. You think
I
I'm
knew
stupid?
it. You too.
You think I don't see it?
Just like
See ya,
him,
Barlow.
James.
But you've been laughing at me all along. Ever since we
Hey.
first met.
I didn't mean anything.
But you ain't laughing
Don't
now, are
bother.
you?
I understand. You've been laughing at me all along, haven't you? Ever since we first met. I'll kill you, James.
help, Eddie.
Oh, so he doesn't punch him in the original. god, that looks like a jank fest.
Eddie? Eddie? I killed a human being. A human being.
Hey, Rush. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I thought that in the original there was supposed to be like symbolizing Eddie somehow by. Wasn't there like striped shirts on all of them or something? Oh, it has Eddie's pants. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, I see. Yeah, so I suppose. Oops. Well.
Eddie? What are you doing? What does it look like? He always busted my balls. You fat, disgusting piece of shit. You make me sick. Fat ass, you're nothing but a waste of skin. You're so ugly, even your mama don't love you. Well, maybe he was right. Maybe I am nothing but a fat, disgusting piece of shit. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead. And the corpse can't laugh.
I'm gonna try to get a interview with Arkadiusz, who's the audio director at
I'll kill him, just like that.
At what's it called? So we can talk about some of this stuff.
Eddie, have you gone nuts?
I'll do a community post so you can leave the questions you'd like
you
to ask.
You too. You're just like him, James.
We have to get Konami approval though. I'm hoping to get him on the channel.
Hey, I didn't mean anything.
Don't bother. I understand. You've been laughing at me all along, haven't you? Ever since we first met. I'll kill you, James. The dog. Oh, curl, little girl.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they do look like jeans,
Do you know
like jean shorts.
James? When you're hated, picked on, spit on, just because of the way you look, after you've been laughed at your whole
and the belly, the on the side profile you can see like the belly kind of.
That's why I ran away.
Oh
after
yeah,
I killed
oh
the
yeah,
dog.
that's super
Ran
obvious.
Away like a scared little girl. Yeah, I killed that dog. It was fun. It tried to chew its own guts out. Finally died all curled up in a ball. Then he came after me. I shot him too, right in the leg. He cried more than the dog. He's gonna have a hard time playing football on what's left of that knee.
You think it's okay to kill people? You need help, Eddie.
Don't get all holy on me, James.
Oh, even Eddie.
This town called you too.
So they're both guilty.
You and me are the same. We're not like other people.
Problem is, James has remorse.
Don't you know that?
It's interesting. They're two sides of the same coin. Let's party. Damn.
Eddie?
Silence. That's very powerful.
Mary. Did you really die 3 years ago?
Right, interesting that he... Ah, the boat. Seems like Eddie's around 24. Laura's like, surprise, motherfucker.
Did I scare you?
James is
Yeah,
more
you did.
innocent to my ear in this particular version. He seems a little bit more simple.
You're here to find Mary.
A little
aren't
less
you, James? Well,
introspective.
have you?
No. Is that why you're here too?
She's here, isn't she? If you know where she is, tell me. I'm tired of walking.
I also think it makes the fact that he killed her a lot
I
more
wish I
subtle.
knew.
Or a lot more
But she said it in her letter.
more himbo.
What letter?
Something about him in this.
Wanna read it?
It's almost like the surprise of him killing
But
Mary
don't tell Rachel, okay?
is
Who's Rachel?
Oh, thanks, Mama Chi.
She was our nurse. I took it from her locker.
It makes it even more surprising that he smothered her. My dearest Laura, I'm leaving this letter with Rachel to give to you after I'm gone. You think he's more numb and introverted? I can see that. Interesting that this music is actually very very beautiful. This music is very motherly and very like full of possibility and hope, right?
Laura?
But there's still a little bit of
How
a
old are
crunch
you?
there of discomfort.
I turned 8 last week.
So, Mary couldn't have died 3 years ago.
If she turned 8 last week.
Could she really?
Yeah, so
be
Mary
here?
died a week ago. Because
Is this the quiet, beautiful place
she
she
said,
was talking about?
Yeah.
Me and Mary talked a lot about Silent Hill. She even showed me all her pictures. She really wanted to come back.
I must have missed that.
That's
Elio.
why I'm here. Maybe you'll get it if you see the other letter. The one Mary... Huh? I must have dropped it.
Laura!
I gotta find it.
Laura!
See ya, Apple. All four. F in the chat for Mary. Oh shit, it's that moment. Alright, I want to see how this is. If he'd been carrying her corpse in his car for a week, he's super fucked up. I suppose he has been.
Are you
so.
taping again? Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's way worse. It feels, you know, it's so interesting because it does feel, I'm just going to come out and say it because it's how it feels to me, but like that particular version, seeing him kiss her and then the pillow, I know that he's angry, right? And I know that he hates her in this moment. He's frustrated, right? He's so agitated by this sickness and her being foul and aggressive and hurtful. And yet, it's weird how maybe I think I'm just in denial, but it feels like, it really does feel like this, like, let me just put you out of your misery, like this euthanasia idea. Hold on one sec. Silent Hill. Who the fuck? Why would anybody watch this shit? Opera singer analyzes the Silent Hill 2 OST cutscenes. Stupid.
Hey, there you are.
I don't know why my brain didn't put 2 and 2 together yesterday when I saw that. It's weird. Yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting how this starts up, huh? Because this starts up with such a sense of remorse. Especially with the way that we start with the piano. First of all, there's nothing, right? There's just the tape, and then obviously he's watched the tape. The VCR is doing the static, the TV is doing the static, and then it's just da 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 da, and then it's like, yeah, you fucking did it, and that's when the right. And so it's interesting because that's when it's like, oh fuck yeah, you're right, I did it, I did that thing. And so it's interesting how the beginning is like, holy shit, what the fuck, even though it's slow in the piano. Then when we bump up into this part, that's when it's like, fuck, you know what I mean? It's interesting how that's the part where he has the awakening of it, you know what I mean? I agree with you, Platinum, that the new version does come off as more violent. Also, the way that she grabs on. Now, granted, that's of course a natural reaction, but I find it interesting how in the OG, there's a bit of tenderness even in that, which again, it's like, that feels much more like a mercy killing rather than like a killing of anger. What the fuck do I know about the difference though? Because, you know, I've never killed anybody. Oh my god, it's full on twerk. I did not put two and two together that it was just quite like that. That's fucking hilarious. The fact that he arches his back too. Wait. I love the pop. The pop lock is just amazing. He's like, Laura, get the fuck out of here. Listen, we all grieve in different ways. Who are you to tell a man how to grieve? Oh, thanks, Mama Chi. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Mary.
So there you are, James. Did you get the letter? Did you find Mary? If not, let's get going already, okay?
Laura. Mary's gone.
I really like this, by the way, just musically. So one of the cool things I think about music is repetition. And one of the fun things is when we repeat, we usually want the second time to be a little bit different than the first. And in this particular instance, and this is something that comes up a lot, there's an aria from Elixir of Love that Nemorino sings, Una furtiva lagrima negli occhi suoi spuntò. But there's a part where he says I palpiti sospir. And he says, the heart, the beats, the beating of my heart, and you go, I palpiti. Now you have I palpiti twice, so you can't. There's a famous masterclass of Placido Domingo online, and there's this tenor singing, and he's like, no, you have to make the second time more interesting, and this stayed with me for years. But so if you go I palpiti sentir, that's sort of amateur. But if you go I palpiti sentir, there's a little bit of a pause, right? And so right here, listen to how we get the cello. We don't do that here.
So there you are, James. Did you get the letter?
We have the
Did you
piano in
find
the upper
Mary?
register, which
If not,
feels like desperation.
going
Now listen.
already,
Da, da, da. So it repeats it. Da, da, da. So it goes back down and does exactly the same thing. And this is so like minutia subtle, but let's look at it. Da, 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 da. Right? And that feeling feels like, oh my God, this I'm broken. I'm it's done. Da, 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 da. Now listen.
Laura.
Again, different rhythm. And then we go up. So what is the total phrase? Right? And so why does it go up? The going up could be I've lost everything, or a going up could be I can't believe I've done this. There's a lot of like little things that we can attribute to that feeling, right? And this is what I mean. If you've been to the channel, I don't know how many of you are new to the channel or how many of you have been around for a while, but this is what I mean by active listening. It's really cool because active listening is something that you can go and do. You don't need to be here. You don't need to be on the channel. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. Thanks, Mama. Active listening is a really, really important thing because it allows you to connect more deeply to music, and you don't need a YouTube channel to do it. You can do it yourself. You just have to isolate certain parts of a piece and think, okay, well, how do I feel about that? Obviously, I know context. Okay, cool. I know the context. So, like, what does this mean? Like, how does this relate to the moment? And maybe that's obvious, and you're like, obviously, Marco. But I do think that there is a severe lack of people who are willing to or don't know how to. And that's a really important thing that we have to strive to do. And it makes us more rich culturally and emotionally to be like, okay, well, interesting. So, okay, let me pull this away from the context. What do I think about this when I listen to this, right? I think, wow, I feel kind of sad when I listen to this. Why? Is it just because of James's behavior? Or is it because of the way that it repeats those repeated patterns, and then it goes up a little bit here, but then it goes back down? What about this is moving me here? I don't know. You know what I mean? So that's what I would encourage you to do. You know, when you take some time, listen to one of your favorite pieces this weekend, and or this week, or whenever you're watching this, and really just like, okay, well, how do I feel when I listen to this? Like, what's the sensation? And then use that. And apply it, you know what I mean? And then homework. But seriously, I hope you see what I'm saying.
Mary's gone. She's dead.
Really nice legato there in the cello too, by the way.
Liar, that's a lie.
No, that's not true.
She died because she was sick?
No, I killed her.
Imagine being 8 and hearing that from somebody. Oh, Lloyd, we had the same exact thought process.
Why'd you do it? I hate you. I want her back. Give her back to me. I knew it. You didn't care about her. I hate you, James. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
That's the other thing this music could represent. The music could also represent this actual, like, announcement of the truth. The actual, like, connection that Laura's having to Mary. This could be all actually Mary's music because Laura's music, because it plays when James is telling Laura about Mary. And so again, who knows what's true? Well, Yamaoka probably does. But the track is called True. Oh, interesting. So it's really interesting.
She was always waiting for you. Why?
It really could be like Laura's sadness, because Laura, you know, this mother figure is now gone by this man.
The Mary you know isn't here.
And how the hell does she, like, how do you process that as an 8-year-old, you know? So to me, it really, this could be Laura's song more than it is. In a way, this song gives James too much credit. Maybe.
Laura, I'm sorry.
And then if we think further, could Laura's theme that we hear at the beginning of the game be Laura after she leaves this? You know? After she deals with this. Man, I'm gonna glaze this video. I'm gonna glaze this game so hard in my video about it. Silent Hill 2, the greatest game ever made. One of the most interesting and developed. Oof.
Mary's going to die? You must be joking.
I'm very sorry.
But you're a doctor. It's your job to heal people. How can you just let her die?
Please, calm down. As her doctor, I promise I'll do what I can. But there's still no effective treatment for her condition.
How long does she have?
I'm afraid I'm not sure. 3 years at most. Perhaps 6 months. It's impossible to say with certainty.
Okay, this is Angela's moment here.
Mama, I was looking for you. Now you're the only one left. Maybe then I can rest.
This is interesting. So the multiple times that we see Angela, I'm pretty sure even the second time, definitely the second time. Sorry, when she's actually in Silent Hill, that piano is like a continuing aspect of her. It's almost like that's her motif. The piano is her motivic movement, and when you think about motifs are really important, and they're used very much in Wagner's time period to indicate characters. And what we're hearing here is a pretty standard and continual pace wheel spin of Angela really not being able to rest. And then it's interesting because then she says, "Mama, it's you. Maybe then I can finally rest. I can rest." And I think that the undulating piano here. Now, it's not actually undulating. It's just going up and down in the chords. I mean, it's a straight line from left to right. And yet, the soundscape that provides and the soundscape that indicates to us is a constant feeling of movement in a circle. And it's a psychosis. It's an inability to grab onto something. You know, there's no ledge to hold on to as you're free falling off of this cliff. There's no branch sticking out of the canyon to grab hold of. And it does really feel like there's almost this shaking of the head. It's madness that's occurring. And I think it's because Angela is in so much pain. And there's no way for her to turn a corner and to navigate this in this current moment.
Mama, why are you running away?
It's implied that she wants to kill her mother. See, that's interesting. Okay. Because in my mind, it's like she's looking for her mother for safety, the motherly impulse to protect the child. So that was where I was thinking it was going. That's an interesting theory. And I see what you mean about now you're the only one left, sort of indicating that she wants to also finish off. Maybe Angela wants the whole cycle to end. And so maybe everyone needs to go, including her. But I really felt like it was more of that desire to be protected until she wakes up and recognizes that it's James, and then there's that feeling of disgust comes over her again. Right, because Angela is also blamed by her mother. Sure, I mean, I think that's completely valid. But I do think I do think it's a reaching out for safety that so many children do with their parents. It's interesting.
You're not my mama.
And the only reason I sort of give my perspective about it is the fact that the music is very like pure. There's an innocence in the music. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I mean maybe that's all like a ruse, and really it is just like depicting the psychosis rather than the embrace of the mother. It's an interesting perspective.
It's you.
Yeah, I saw Abstract Daddy yesterday as well.
I'm sorry.
Angela, no.
It's interesting, too, that for a split second, James and Angela share the same reality.
Thank you for saving me. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserved what happened.
No, Angela, that's wrong.
What does she mean by I deserved what happened? the essay, or I guess yes, right? I mean, that what else could it be? The abuse. Oof, okay, well, she could still be looking for she could still be seeking the desire to be held by the mother, despite the fact that the mother said something so cruel. You know, and all this trauma. It's interesting.
No, don't pity me.
Yeah, well, the meat locker, the freezer was Eddie's reality, correct? That's what Eddie was seeing, right? Yeah, because she's in a world of fire, he's in a world of ice, and James is in a world of squalor.
I'm not worth it.
I mean, we see this a lot, as far as I recall, that a lot of people that are abused still see their people as, well, even let's dial it back, because I don't want to speak on that, because I frankly don't know. But thankfully, I mean, you know, it's a terrible thing. Even in relationships, when a person treats you poorly, you still love them, right? And sometimes people stay in relationships way longer than they should, despite the fact that there's abuse, whether it's emotional, verbal, or physical. Those people tend to stick around. What's that called? The Stockholm syndrome? Is that what it's called? It's terrible that she says I'm not worth it.
Or maybe you think you can save me. Will you love me? Take care of me? Heal all
Right.
my pain?
Right, Mama. Thank you.
That's what I thought. James. Give me back that knife.
No. I won't.
Saving it for yourself?
Me? No. I'd never kill myself.
Do we think, and this is a reach, but I don't know how much religious imagery is in here, but obviously fire, the hell, brimstone, things like that, the idea of killing oneself, meaning that they don't go to heaven and stuff. And it's interesting too, because she's going up a staircase, and we usually associate, you know, stairway to heaven, going up into heaven, but in this case, she's going up into hell. So my thought is, do we think that this whole concept of self-harm here is her way at almost revenge, or getting back at the family of abusers? Because the way that she speaks to him about keeping things to herself and things, it's almost like giving her the knife. It releases her from the self-contained prison. You know what I mean? It's hell to her because of what she's been through. Sure, certainly, in the fire and flames and purgatory. If it was going down, it would be more like hell, right? Right. Pain deserves this. Well, I guess this is one of those things where there's no set. We're just like theory crafting. I mean, there's no definitive answer, is there? I find it interesting that like the imagery for me is like based on like Catholicism or Christianity or whatever. It's cool.
It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too.
God.
For me, it's always like this.
That's tough. Do we think that her resigning herself to this means that she's like gonna stay there forever, or do we eventually assume that she succumbed to it? It's really tough to know. this is yeah. She dies. Okay. Hold on, I want to see this.
James, stop! Leave her alone!
Oh wow, it's interesting. I really appreciate the remake's imagery here.
Leave us both the hell alone! Leave her alone!
They skipped the hallway? Yeah, we will. We will. Hold on. It's probably here. Remember, those are just cutscenes.
Said it.
Oh, no, here too. Why would they skip the hallway? Thank you for those, Mama. The hallway's after. We gotta do this first. You guys, I appreciate how much you want me to watch it, because I also want to watch it. I find it interesting here how these are all represented. I do like the stillness of the pyramid heads in this particular instance. Also, not seeing it, the whole brutality of this particular remake, I thought it was done extremely well.
I know what you are.
Also, no carpet like strips away any sort of like humanity in this.
I know why I needed you. It's all over now.
I was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins.
Oh yeah, Key, you're right. The gallows puzzle, yeah.
That's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
I'm ready.
I really like the movement in the remake as well. I think the movement's very good. Silent Hill cult symbol on the floor. What? Okay.
That's what you wanted.
Much prefer the remake there.
I know the truth.
Okay, here we go.
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here. Leave me alone already. I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James, wait. Please don't go. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die. Help me.
Oof. Yeah, no, that's very good. That's so real. Jesus. That's very well, I said everything I wanted to say on that yesterday during the stream, but that's it's very intense. I actually would have liked it if it was maybe slightly slower paced, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, she's that was incredible, incredibly poignant, incredibly emotional, and very real, very real. Those shifts in emotion are a real thing to see, and experience. Well, I said what I wanted to say about that yesterday. So if you want to watch my thoughts on that, then by all means, I'm not going to repeat it just for my own sake, but very intense, very intense. Whew. It's very good. All right, so this is this. Wait, no, hold on. There's more.
Mary?
When will you ever stop making that mistake?
Oh, shit.
Mary's dead. You killed her.
Maria? It's you. But I don't need you anymore.
What? You must be joking. But I can be yours. I'll be here for you forever. And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad. That's what you wanted.
It's like such desperation.
I'm different than Mary. How can you throw me away?
I understand now. It's time to end this nightmare.
No, I won't let you. You deserve to die too, James.
Jesus, somehow that's scarier in this version. Again, the grunge of it is really disturbing. God, it's so gross. Oh, okay, so this is leave.
Mary?
James.
Forgive me.
I told you that I wanted to die, James. I wanted the pain to end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer. No. That's not true.
The honesty in that voice right there is really interesting because it really does feel like just like true love, like the love of clearly I'm having a hard time reconciling the fact that James kills his wife. Clearly, I brought it up yesterday and I'm bringing it up now too. Oh, there's like a weird hello, how are you? I'm clearly struggling with this component of the game. I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. But his in the beginning, that little voice line is very, very tender.
You also said you didn't want to die. The truth is, I hated you. I wanted you out of the way.
It's also really interesting because this is such a very honest human response to when someone is actively dying, especially when you're the primary caretaker. Again, I mean, there's an element of this that is just so real. I think that's also why it's so poignant because God, my video on this is going to be so fucking depressing. Because the fact of the matter is that like Okay. When my dad was actively dying, like it was the period between end of Christmas into New Year. New Year's was terrible. I remember I was just with him. It was dark. We had all the lights off. He was like just sitting on the couch sleeping. Like you could feel it. You could feel that his death was imminent. And I remember I think it's important to talk about, but so there was a period when my dad used to start, like, at all hours of the night, he would be shouting. This feels maybe too personal to talk about on the internet. He would be shouting for my mother and I. He'd be shouting for us. And I remember that I would get really agitated with him and lose my patience and be frustrated and angry. And I never hated him. My dad was my best friend. I loved him with every ounce of my being. But, and I miss him terribly. It's unfortunate that our relationship continues, though he's not in this plane anymore. But anyway, all that to say, like, we used to get really frustrated, and my mother and I both really blamed each other together mutually. I mean, we just were like kind of mad at ourselves for sort of building this weird resentment towards him. And it's funny because when we found out that he was going to die, we then had family come over. And so, like, it was like hospice came, they told us that he wouldn't live past the weekend. And then hospice came, they did that. And then we had family friends come over. So I was sitting there looking at my dad, recognizing and knowing that he was going to die that weekend, possibly even that night. And I just sat there. And as they left, I just burst into tears as they left. And it was just me and him. And I was like, hey, I just want you to know how much I love you. And I'm sorry if I've ever been an asshole. I'm sorry that I didn't do this or this, but, like, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't believe I'm saying goodbye. It's awful. In some ways it's like, well, this is the reality of sickness, is that sickness, I guess, gives you a chance to say farewell, but it's not like a car accident or something, which is also traumatic in different ways. But, so anyway, all that to say, like, the point of this topic, to not spin myself into an emotional downturn, is the fact that we did have periods of great anger towards him, despite the fact that it wasn't his fault. And none of this was to blame. So this is where the murkiness of James's gray area comes in, because the truth is, I hated you and I wanted you out of the way. That's like a fairly human thing to think. And you can build a resentment towards someone. So it's interesting to hear all this, to read all this.
I wanted my life back.
Because this is it too. And God, what a beautiful performance here. But it's like, I wanted my life back, because there is that element of, like, I do want my life back. You know what I mean?
James.
Sorry, guys, I didn't look at chat. I appreciate you sharing whatever you're sharing. I didn't actually look at what you were saying, just because it's a little bit too,
If that were true, then why do you look so sad?
This is very real.
Mary?
It seems as though he has no other person to lean on. And that's why he probably lets him... Yeah, I think so. I think that there was clearly no one else, or maybe there was, but they're certainly not brought up. I think, like, the only way for him to develop this sort of agitation is because there's no one to help him. And that's a very common thing as well, where one primary caretaker doesn't have someone to fall back on. And it's a terrible feeling. I can't even imagine that. It's awful. No friends, no support system.
James, please, Please do something for me. Go on with your life.
That is a heart-wrenching thing to say to somebody that you thought you'd spend the rest of your life with, which I suppose Mary does spend the rest of her life with James, but I think I like this ending because in a way he's absolved. He's absolved of his guilt, of his sin, of his transgressions.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't.
You know, not to pause such a moving and beautifully performed thing, but in my interpretation of this first half, it almost feels like she's reading it as if she's in the grave. And like, you know, you never come to visit the grave site, right? Or, you know, I feel pathetic laying here waiting for you in my grave. I'm wrapped in a cocoon of dirt and, you know.
I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most. Especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me.
Oh, God.
But I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
Jesus. That's terrible. My God. That is so rough. It's so personal, you know, it's so real. It really, like someone said it just doesn't feel like something we should be privy to. It's so genuine. Oh my goodness. You know, I mean, it's just a really, it's just, it's a lot. I mean, that's a lot to take in, and so the whole story is just so palpable, isn't it? It's just so palpable. I mean, it's incredible what they did. Honestly, guys, if you're okay with it, I think I'm gonna stop there because that shit is heavy as fuck. I kind of don't want to continue just because I do want to listen to the music with you, of course, but it's just very heavy, and to do it all this week is very taxing, I think. I hope that you've come away with maybe more than you had before. I hope that watching this playthrough or watching this with me today has maybe brought in some validation or some new insight, or at the very least, like just seeing it through a different lens. I hope that the playthrough, this will stay with me for a very long time. It's definitely one of the most poignant experiences I've had in a game in a very long time, and I think I have such a fondness for all the horror elements of it as well, because I think that the jump scares, which we are working on thanks Maverick, we are working on the jump scare compilation, and I think if we really reduce this to what it isn't and just view it as just like a scary game, it's actually like terrible. It's a terrible shame to take this piece and look at it as nothing more than a scary game to play during a scary month or whatever, right? I think it's a very human and bold and risky and wonderful story of of a humanity, and what it means for us to navigate the world, and deal with grief, and deal with loss, and deal with suffering, and I think that it's such a unique thing to have that come up in a piece of media. Now we have other games like this, of course, that Dragon Cancer, or I think Haunty, I think is a game about death. But I'm really crazy about it, and I actually have an urge to replay, but I probably won't for a while. It's really deep. So all that to be said, look forward to a review sometime next week. And by review, I really just mean like like the experience. Before Your Eyes is another one. Yeah, of course. I'm going to touch on the music in that video. I'm going to touch on how audio and music is used. It's not going to be anything revolutionary for you. I think it'll connect with you, hopefully. I think we're all on the same page about what this game is, and yeah, what an incredibly, I wouldn't say cathartic, but what an incredibly powerful game. And I still like some of my interpretations more than yours. And that's okay. I also find that the horror elements are so wonderfully fleshed out and so wonderfully used to showcase the darkness and the depth of grief and terror and if you've been there, you know what it feels like. It's really interesting. It's really interesting to see this and to feel a sense of connectedness. I think it's such a powerful piece. I'm really impressed. Man, that's 2 games back to back that have kind of left me empty. Black Myth Wukong, I felt that way in a different way. But this one, I really feel like it really like holds grief in its hand, and it twists this wonderfully complex but simple story in the palm of the hand, and it's your job to like accept it and think about it and marinate it over it and peel it back like a bunch of layers of onion, and then sit there and sit in the discomfort and sit in the pain of Angela and even the pain of Eddie and the frustratingly joyful aspects of what make Laura so harmless, I'm really intrigued by Laura's theme, and how Laura's theme really is that feeling of possibility and new beginning, juxtaposed with true, or juxtaposed with promise. It's fascinating. So next up is Soma. If you're into scary games, I guess. Soma is the next game I'll be playing. Bloodborne will be pushed back a little bit, but Soma will be next, maybe next week, but I really need to play Metaphor Refantasio. So that's going to be my jam for the next probably week or 2. So definitely Soma. I mean, I know that we can get that done in about 2 hours, or 6 hours, sorry. So 8 hours. So we'll do that over the course of 2 days before the end of the month. Some other things to stand out for. Of course, if you like Attack on Titan, over on the Patreon, I have been doing a watch along with that. So that's there if that's interesting to you. My first anime that I've ever sort of sat down and watched from beginning to end. We will be doing a spooky stream. In fact, here's a little preview of my costume this year. I wonder what that could be. We will be doing a spooky stream. I can't remember what day, but sometime before the end of the month as well. And then yeah. So looking forward to spending more time, and look forward to another. I think ranking the scariest games of all time music list. Hope to get that done before the end of the year as well, or at the end of the month, I should say, because I would like to have a big section of that also feature Silent Hill's music and some of the spookier stuff that we listen to in this game, because the industrial music in this game especially was very discombobulating and very uncomfortable. So anyway, enough yapping. Really appreciate it, and looking forward to talking with you soon. Stay tuned for Soma next weekish, maybe. All right, everybody. Talk to you later, and thanks for all the donations and follows and all that other stuff. I really appreciate it. All right, everybody. Bye. Take care of yourselves. See you.